Today, let's share a story that belongs to every single one of us. A story about a single footstep and how that one small step became a family. Our family. You see, our story begins a long, long time ago. We're talking more than 100 years back when a young man left his home, his village in China, and set out on a journey into the unknown. And this is where it all begins. One footstep, one family. The man at the heart of our story was named Ng Kong Heng. All by himself, he crossed an entire ocean to a new, unfamiliar land. And that single step he took, well, that was the very beginning of all of us. Think about that for a second. When he left, he wasn't carrying any great wealth. All he brought with him were his memories and his hopes. That was it. He just had this one powerful belief that no matter how far he traveled, the family had to continue. So in the late 1890s, our ancestor Ng Kong Heng arrived in what was then British Malaya. Then in the early 1900s, the very first generation of our family was born right here. And decades later, to keep that connection alive, his descendants, our ancestors, formed the Kong Heng Clan Association. Each of these moments, well, they're like markers, showing how our family started to put down roots in this new home. And from that one single footstep, our family just began to grow, to blossom. He had 8 sons and 2 daughters, and right there, you have the first 10 branches of our family tree. 10 branches, all from one single root. So that brings us to today, and it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why do we gather like this year after year? Well, it's about keeping that connection, that special bond we all share, alive and strong. You know, time flies. Kids become parents, parents become grandparents, our faces change, and our family keeps getting bigger. So it really makes you stop and ask, why is it so important that we keep doing this? Now, really, why gather? Life is so busy now, right? It pulls us all in a million different directions. So why make the effort to come back? To come back to this table, together? You know, back in China, our ancestors had this tradition of keeping detailed family records. For centuries, names were carefully written down, stories were passed from one generation to the next. They understood something really important. When the stories disappear, the family starts to fade away. But for us, here, today, our connection is a little more fragile. It's not automatic. It's something we actually have to choose to keep alive. And that's why we gather. We come together to recognize faces we might not have seen in years. We do it so our kids can see that family is so much bigger than just their own household. It's a way to remind ourselves that we belong to something that will last longer than any single lifetime. Really, it's about protecting something precious. It's about making the choice to show up for each other. But the meaning of this gathering, it goes even deeper than that. It's really about the future. It's about watering hope for tomorrow. This is our legacy, but it's also our choice. Every time we get together, it isn't just about looking back. It's about looking forward, for the sake of our children and their children. I love this saying. A family tree does not grow by accident. It grows because someone chooses to water it. And it's so true, isn't it? Our family doesn't just exist. It thrives because people care for it, because they take the time to nurture it. This annual gathering, this is us, all of us, watering our family tree. And now, the story is in your hands. So, this year, let's make a promise to each other. Here are the details. The date is the 2nd day of Chinese New Year. We'll meet at 7 p.m. sharp, and the place is the Hualien School Hall. You don't need to bring a thing. You don't need to prepare anything at all. All that's required is you, your presence. That's truly the greatest gift you can give to this family. Because one day, our grandchildren, they're going to ask, who are we? Where do we come from? Let's give them the answer not just with words, but with our actions. Let's gather together so that one day they can look back and proudly say, our ancestors, they cared enough to remember. Thank you.